Howdy y'all, welcome back to another episode of Modded Minecraft. I'm Ragaras, of course. We're going to finish up today talking about some Project E goodness. First thing I want to do is run over to show off some kind of more of the mining stuff that this mod can do. If we can get everything to load in here. And, let's get that back. I'm going to go over to an area where I've kind of already been messing around with some of the more destructive mining stuff that this mod can do. If I can find it, it's just right over here on the desert. This deep hole. Now, believe it or not, this one hole was dug. That's actually just 4 clicks of a item called the Catalytic Lens. Now, the Catalytic Lens is made from 2 separate items. It's the Hyperkinetic Lens and the Destruction Catalyst. Now, if we look at what those do, Destruction Catalyst, when used, just does like a 3x3 area unless we charge it up with V. And then, of course, it does a longer area, as you can see. The Hyperkinetic Lens shoots out a little bolt that explodes things. Now, oops. Filled up my inventory. Let's dump that real quick. Now the catalytic lens is a combination of both. So if we stand right here and it's fully charged up, and let's say we pick right here, if I can stop it, you see it goes all the way down to bedrock. That thing is a long shooting item, and everything goes into your inventory, which I now again have to clear out. I probably should get where is my ring? Where is my band? What do I do with it? Okay, let's just make another one real quick. Shouldn't be a problem. It should be in our take our 0 ring. You know what? I bet you it's in here. Yeah, it's already in there, so we can put that back in here. So we'll go down here. You can kind of see this. It was all cleared out with the. Let's go back where you can actually see. All this was cleared out with the catalytic lens. Very easy to use. 3x3 area for all the way down there. All that goes into right now into our bag. So we can see that all that goes into here. You can really quickly, when you're doing this, just fill up your bag because you're getting everything that it shoots comes into your inventory. So that's a pretty neat little item. Destruction Catalyst and the Hyperkinetic Lens are the earlier versions, and then of course you got the Catalytic Lens, which is a combination of both of those, and that's why you get the big booms. Now you also have a couple of amulets that are always kind of handy, but you do need to make them for your gem armor eventually anyways. The Vulcanite Amulet is pretty much, let's go down here, is lava. So if we click, if I cannot fall in the hole, if we hit R, that shoots a little bolt out. If you have a tank, any kind of tank that you want to fill up with lava, all you would have to do is right click it. Of course, we don't have a tank right here, but just right clicking it will fill the tank. Now, if you shoot this straight up, R of course, and it's raining, it will stop the rain. The Evertide Amulet is the opposite of that. R shoots a little thing of water, and then if you shoot it straight up, which I don't think this is going to do us any good here because we're in the desert, so we won't really see it. Do I have a forest right around here? Let me see. Kind of this way. So let's shoot over here real quick, because Savannah, we won't see it either. You won't see the rain, it'll just get gray. Guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll just do it here. So if you shoot a bolt straight up, R shoots the little thing, and you'll see see how it kind of gets dark because now it's raining somewhere. Of course, not in this biome, but and then if you want to stop the rain, again, just R straight up, and now everything should clear up. So you do have the ability with Project E to start or stop the rain very easily. What other little gizmos do we got? Oh, of course, you have the Repair Talisman. This is another early item that is very, very helpful. I wouldn't say it's necessary, but man, it is so helpful that if you don't make one, you're nuts. Now, you notice the tools that I have in my hotbar are no longer the energy, or the Tinker's ones are no longer with battery power. And the reason for that is it must be some sort of a bug, but if you have a battery powered tool with at least a Tinker's tool, I don't think there's any other battery powered tools in this pack, but if you were to have well, first of all, what this does is it repairs any item that can be repaired in your inventory. That includes any tools, anything that has a damage indicator. It will fix it as long as it's in your inventory, or if it's in an alchemical chest. So it even fixes the diamond dollies. These were all just about broke, but you can see now that they're all 100%. So do I have anything that could be repaired? But I will show you that one thing that the bugs, like this is a cobalt shovel, but it's got the battery on there upgrade. So if you see, like right now, just that one little click, of course, damaged it. But if you watch the power indicator, it actually goes down for some reason once it takes a damage value. So that's why I've gotten rid of all those tools, because that Repair Talisman will actually drain your battery out. And I'm not really sure why it does that, so that's a little weird. Okay, so let's get rid of some of this stuff that I don't need. I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of that. Everything else goes back in the pouch here. Oh, the Life Stone is a combination of two different things. It's the Soul Stone. Let me see here. Project E, not R. It is a combination of two different stones. It is the Soul Stone. This one will heal you. And then there is another one called the... What's the other stone? Hold on. Well, we can probably just look at the recipe. There in it. Let me click the right buttons here. And the Body Stone. The Body Stone will keep you fed. And the Soul Stone, if you right click it, will heal you. So it's a combination of both of those. So if I were to have this in my inventory, now my armor already does this for me because it actually has a Soul Stone. You have to use a Soul Stone to make it. But if I hit G, you'll see it turns purple. That means it's activated. So as long as that's activated, and it does have to be in your hotbar, not in your inventory, then it will actually keep you fed, which is really handy because it just seems like Minecraft has gotten worse as far as food goes. It just seems like, especially with all these mods that give you super speed and stuff, and you're running around all the time, it just seems to like go through your energy or your food, your hunger so fast that it's really helpful to have something that feeds you up. So let's talk about a couple of other items that are really cool. This is, of course, is an energy converter. It takes anything that you put into it and turns it into whatever you have in this slot. If you don't have anything in here, it'll just store up, or it'll just be like a regular chest. But if you put something in this slot, it'll convert all the MC into that. We, of course, just have a real simple blaze spawner here, conveyor belts on the bottom, some spikes to kill them, and then everything comes up into here. Any item that it can't take, like heads and stuff, goes over to the trash can, and then experience comes over here. Now, a really cool item. This is the redstone furnace. There is a earlier version called the black or dark matter furnace these are a pulverizer and furnace in one, so they're really cool. I have any ores on me. So if we like take the yellow right ore here, if any chest on the top slot's going to drop it down in, and it's going to pump it out to the sides. This is actually powering it. This is a energy oh shoot, what's the name of it? MK. Excuse me. This is an energy collector. There's always been a lot of debate with equivalent exchanges whether or not this stuff is cheaty, but we'll go over that in a little bit. But this is drawing energy from this is actually a glowstone block above it, so it's collecting energy, and it's using that to power this red matter furnace. We could also use any type of fuel, like this is the highest level of fuel in Project E. We could use that if we wanted, but this is, of course, once you make it free. So any stuff you put in here, this is a process or a pulverizer and a furnace, and it's really fast. You see how it went in there, and then I didn't have a yellow right in there, so you can see it doubled our ore, and it does that with pretty much any ore that you put in there. It does double it, pulverize and double it, so it's pretty effective. I mean, it's really fast. You don't have any upgrades. This is the faster of the two. Of course, you have a dark matter furnace. Works exactly the same. It's just you have I think you have one less row on each side. But if you're going into chest, it doesn't really matter because it's going to dump out into this inventory. And it doesn't have to be a alchemical chest like this. It can be any type of chest. The alchemical chests do have the benefits is that you can put like repair talismans in there, or the gem of internal density or whatever it's called. You can slap that in there also. That will not work. Those won't work in any other chest than the alchemical chest. And of course you need the alchemical chest to make the energy condensers like this one. You do need an alchemical chest to make the energy condenser. Okay. Now to get, let's talk, it's kind of machinery. You have, we'll go over here to one of these things, kind of show you. You have energy collectors, which are these things on the outside, the yellow ones. And then you have an energy relay in the middle here. Now the relay, there's a couple different ways you can change or charge like your Klein stars. You can either put them in a relay and they'll charge up. Oops, I'm actually giving that power. It'll charge up on this side, but it's really, really slow. So you could hook up to 5 of these collectors to this relay, and they'll feed all their power they collect into the relay. And then you could slap your Klein star in there and charge it up. But it's really slow. The fastest way to charge your Klein star is with a transmutation tablet. Just take it and drop it in that side, and it'll charge it up that fast. Whereas in here, if you go on an empty Klein star, it will take forever. Now the relay will also take all the energy from the collectors and then pass it on to the condenser. So anything these collect, they'll pass it to the relay, and then it'll go down into the condenser. So this is kind of free EMC. There was always kind of a debate whether or not this was cheaty. But you know what? Every damn mod is cheaty, so who cares? I mean, if you enjoy playing that way, play that way. Your game, you paid for it, you do what you want. Damn, this thing won't stay lit. So when these things used to be called power flowers, and what this is an energy condenser in the middle here. There are 5 energy relays off of that condenser, and then you place a, well, here, we'll just clear out this glowstone real quick so you can kind of see the idea. We'll just knock this off. So what you'll see is there's, this is the energy condenser right here. and you can see how fast it's collecting up energy, and this is making red matter, which is the highest level kind of fuel in the game. You need this for all the higher level stuff. I have another one of these over in the main base, and I don't even think it's chunk loaded. It's got a lot more than this, but you can see a stack of this is worth 29 million EMC. So that's a lot of EMC right there that we can use to make other stuff. But you can see that's the condenser, and there's a relay on top of it, and then on all four sides. Of course, you don't do one on the bottom. I mean, you could, but most of the time you don't, just because you need to be able to access it. And then off each relay, you have a collector. So it's got at least 5 collectors on each side. So it's passing out. Darn it. Did I just suck all that right in there? Oh, shoo. It didn't change it. It doesn't have EMC value because it's been chiseled. So it doesn't know what to do with it. The reason that you put glowstone on it, and I don't think you really need to on the MK3 or the Mark IIIs, because I think they emit their own light, but on the MK1 and MK2 you do, you for sure. I'm not 100% on the MK3s, which is what these are. This is a MK3 setup. The relays and condensers are all MK3s. Excuse me. But what we're doing over here to generate mana is we have a relay and 2 collectors, and it's making blocks of coal. You can see a block of coal's 1,152, and it's completely filled up here, and this one's almost filled up, but you see how quick it's making one. And we've only got 2 collectors on here. And then over here, of course, we've got the same thing. So this is one way to generate fuel for something else, for another mod. Let's go ahead and go to sleep real fast before all the creepy crawlies come out. It's a now, of course, you can't do this right away. You know, the MK3s all require red matter, so it is the higher tier. But you could probably make an MK1 pretty quick. Over here we have a tree farm, and the mana is all being generated by the Kikamuras here, which is a cake-eating flower, and then passed on to the mana pool. But what we have here is, again, another energy condenser. This is a Mark II relay and a Mark II collector. And since the cake is only 216, that is really more than enough to generate the EMC we need to create cake. And it pops a cake out about every 15 seconds to keep this thing eating, because that's about how fast it eats. And I guess just to look at the flower farm real quick, you've got six? There's 7 total mana spreaders, but 6 of them have these borer lens on them. So anything that's in front of them, it will get destroyed. So when the tree grows, the beam as it goes across will actually destroy those blocks, or not destroy them, but break them. This is set, the hopper hock here, since it's right next to this energy condenser. It goes into there, and it's kind of filtered with these little item frames on the side saying it only is picking up apples and wood. That leaves the saplings, so the Ranacarpus flowers here pick it up, and then we'll plant it where it's supposed to be. And then it's set to dark matter right now. You can see not too much in there because, I mean, these really don't. They're not high. They're not high EMC. Wood's 32. The saplings are 32, and I believe apples are like 120, 128 or something like that. But if I wanted to turn it off, I could just pull that out of there. And are those saplings dropping? Where's all my saplings? That'll correct itself, I guess. Oh, shoot. Let's turn this off. Yeah, you don't want to a magnet band with this thing around anything around Botania. Shoot, I'm gonna have to give me some saplings. Let's see, sapling. Grab a couple here. Just one, I guess. There's one right there. They should plant. Did that pick it up? Yeah, and an apple is worth 128. So, like I said, there's not a lot of EMC there. But in the beginning, you have to realize that to get EMC going until you can kind of make the energy condensers, it's going to take a while. Like everything from your quarry, you can do cobble gen. You know, that's just one EMC each for those. So that kind of sucks. You'll use mob farms. Of course, if you're going to do a mob farm, really the best one to do is the blazes, because the blaze rods are about the most EMC of mob drops you're going to get, pretty much. I mean, now over here I didn't do it because this is kind of a test area that if I did not have certain mod packs, so I didn't want to use Mine Factory Reloaded, and so I don't have autonomous activators over here, so that's why we're going with spikes. But autonomous activators, you know, like we're using a couple of other mob traps with fortune swords in there, are really the best way to go with this, because it'll give you tons of blaze rods, and it will just smoke this. It will really give you a ton of energy. But the next best thing is, you know, if you don't have that availability to any machinery, like you don't have any pulverizers or furnaces or anything, the best way is probably a power flower like this. This will, you know, you let this go for a while, you'll have a lot of red matter. But there is even a cheatier way to get, believe it or not. Now, it actually used to be kind of a pain in the ass. When I first started playing with Equivalent Exchange, it was back in the old Tekkit pack, not Tekkit Classic. That was Tekkit back in the day. You know, it was IC2, Red Power, Equivalent Exchange. Boy, I can't even remember everything that was in there. Not too much. I mean, there's like 5 or 6 mods compared to what's out there now. So there was quite a bit, but it was to really make an EMC generator, the best way was always with blaze rods. And the reason is, if we look at blaze rods, now blaze rod itself is worth 1,536. The blaze powder, which if you pulverize, I believe in IC2 it was 5. I think it was 5 blaze powder per. Is that right? 5? I think it was 5 blaze powder per rod. So you were at a plus, because you can see these are 768, and the math doesn't add up. You actually get more EMC for the blaze powders than you do from the blaze rod. So that's what this little thing is kind of based on. This has actually made it so much easier to do than the old setups with red power, and you know, it was just a massive mess doing a macerator and you know, all that stuff. I mean, you had these huge areas to generate what these little blocks do here. And of course what we have is a pulverizer. Now this is a resonant pulverizer, just because it's the fastest, and with the space and time flux unifier, which is the highest speed upgrade. Just remember, with your upgrades, you do have to have all the previous speed upgrades in there. And what we have is it's set to eject the blaze rod or blaze powder over into this side. All right, and then this is set up to make blaze powder, or those blaze powders. So each time we pulverize one of these and it goes over here, we're getting a profit in EMC. You see what I'm saying? You're getting more than what it takes to make one of these each time you pulverize one of them. So every time you pulverize to make another blaze rod, you're actually in the plus. Now what this will do is pull out of here. If it's got room, it's going to drop that blaze rod back in here, so you're pretty much keeping a stack. But if not, it's going to go over into the overflow chest into this other condenser. These are MK2s, that's why it looks different. You can load this up. This always gives you room here, and it always has kind of an output room, so it doesn't jam up. So if we turn this on, you can see how fast this one is going to start working here in just a second. So it's just grinding away, and you can see here how quickly it's turning all that stuff. And what we do is we have it set up so the secondary sulfur that this generates also goes into here. So you're getting the blaze powder and the sulfur, and then it's generating blaze rods again, but it's making you're getting like I said, a profit of EMC from this, and it's just going to continue to sit here and make those. You can see how quickly over here it's going to make a red matter. This is by far the fastest way to get EMC. If we can just sit here and watch it go, it'll pop one off and just keep going. There's even a Mark III power flower is not going to generate your red matter this fast. This is red matter. I mean, this is the probably one of the most expensive kind of EMC items you can make in the game, and it's just going to pop one out that fast. And it's very simple to make. You know, a couple of energy. It doesn't have to be the MK2s, but this is just a resonant pulverizer. If you're at the point where you can get the ender pearls, which with this mod, of course, you can get them very, very easily. Doesn't matter how you power it, as long as you know it'll hold up to the. You could do it slower. It's just going to take a lot longer. Yeah, I mean, this is so fast because it's the fastest one. Of course, you can increase this if you wanted to. But that's just how you get EMC. You can do it from anything. Anything that you can dump into a energy condenser or into your tablet is going to give you EMC, if that makes sense. Like this one is EMC. It has a value 1. It's 9 EMC. We throw that in there. That's 9 EMC in our tablet. Like I said, it's like a storage and auto crafting system. It's very, very cool. If you're not the type of person who wants to tackle, you know, the new applied energistics, or you just don't want to mess with all that crap, this is definitely a way to go. It's portable because you can take the tablet with you instead of the table. Once you make the tablet, of course, you know, you can carry that around with you wherever you go, and you have access to everything that's in here. So you have portable storage and access to any tools or items you want, as long as you have the EMC to pull out of there. It can kind of be considered cheaty. Of course, you know, at first it's not going to be, because to unlock everything in the game, or everything with value, you need an alchemical tome. Alchemical tome here. And you can see there on the tooltip, it will unlock all items with an EMC value. It says in the tile, but basically in the game, in your pack, whatever has an EMC value. You create this, and it's not cheap. It's 2 Kleinstar Omegas. These powders are really easy to make. These aren't a big deal. It's these, because you can see they're 25 million EMC each. So you have to make all these Kleinstars to get this tome. But once you have this tome, you come over here and you drop it in the to learn it, and then it gives you 50 million. I mean, it takes that much to make it, but you're going to get it right back, and it unlocks everything that has EMC. So even if if you have not taught it an item, once you put the tome in there, you will have it. That's how I have everything unlocked, pretty much, because even though I had a bunch of stuff unlocked, once you slap the alchemical tome in there, everything's unlocked. Well, guys, I hope that you go out and download this mod, give this guy a little love. I am so happy to see this mod coming back. I really have always enjoyed this. Like I said, this is kind of the beginning of auto crafting. If you think all the EMC stuff is cheaty, whatever, that's fine. Just remember you can drop all of your stuff in here as long as it's got an EMC value, and you can always pull it back out later. Like I said, as long as you have the EMC in there. So it just makes this thing so nice to have. Appreciate you guys coming by. I hope you learned something. Hope you guys go down and download this. Send the author, the mod author, a little love, and don't forget to slap a like on there if you did. And for those of you who have not subscribed, make sure you do, because that's the best way to find out when I upload a video. So until next time, I appreciate you guys coming by, and I'll see y'all later.